Job looks like a party, but we focused on winning. You got a record like that? Like EJ Smith. Let's go hard all day. Let's don't try they play. Start it again. Exactly. So we gotta be right. Everything is urgency. There's always running for this time of year. That's the currency. What's up here? Sweetie. I know you do kids this once. Thank you. On the count, we set up a picnic dinner on Chelsea. Break up. We welcome you to ESPN's coverage of the 2024 WNBA playoffs presented by Google. The fans finally into Mohegan Sun Arena in Upton, Connecticut for Game-2 of this best-of-3 first-round matchup. The Connecticut Sun a 1-0 series lead on the Indiana Fever, looking to eliminate Caitlin Clark and the Fever. We're looking to force a Game-3 Friday night. Alyssa Thomas, a triple-double in Games moves to 1 tonight, playing in her 82nd career playoff game, tied with Lindsay Allen for the most in league history. Taking a look at our playoff bracket, we know we get a rematch of last year's finals this time in the semis with New York and Vegas. Later on tonight, Minnesota plays Phoenix. As we welcome you courtside, hey again, everybody, we're going to go alongside the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo. So happy to be with you this Wednesday night, the WNBA playoffs on ESPN. Rebecca, it was the most anticipated entrance league. What did you think about Caitlin Clark in Game 1?
I thought Caitlin Clark had a really good, solid game, especially on the offensive end. She was able to find open teammates at 8 assists on the day with only 2 turnovers, but she did struggle to score from the perimeter. She was able to get to the rim a few times and finish inside, but did not have a typical performance from the outside. If you Caitlin Clark, you're feeling pretty good if you get those same looks here in Game 2.
Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark struggled with 3 in Game 1, worst combined 3% from deep this season for those 2 stars. Meanwhile, for the Connecticut Sun, they really got contributions from all over their roster. As we take a look at tonight's value player, brought to you by McDonald's, how about what they got from these 3 in particular?
Double figure in this game. No surprise, their experience really showed through. Juana Bonner and Alyssa Thomas in particular, and Marina Mabry, the newbie to this team this season, just incredible off the bench. 20 of her 27 points came in the second half.
DJ Carrington had a big Game 1 as well, and just moments ago announced as the most improved player in the WNBA this season to an outstanding ovation here in Connecticut. As we take a look at tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by Volkswagen, a change for Indiana. Demi Benley will get the start rather than Alyssa Smith. Meanwhile, Marina Mabry starts for Connecticut with starting point guard Ty Harris out with an ankle injury. Although Stephanie White says Harris making progress and did not rule her out for a Game-3 if there is one on Friday. Boston and Jones to jump it up. Indiana fighting for its season. Connecticut looking to close things out tonight. And here we go in Game 2. Mabry at 27 off the bench. A WNBA playoff record. See Fact Benley giving Thomas all kinds of space.
Not only giving her space, but having her hands up in the air. Fact Benley has length as you see Marina Mabry take the shot. They're hoping that can discourage Alyssa Thomas from making some of her great passes.
No one hits the floor and the 3.
Connecticut head coach Stephanie White, that's the point when you're defense. So for the first possession, it's Christy's eyes to see her star player see him go through.
Now, Bonner gets his spear hit, one down. Clark often talks about the value of seeing the first one go down as a shooter. It was something Marina Mabry was on guard for today, and Clark shoveled it off. And Bonner has been stripped away by Fact Benley. Here's Clark. Clark, pocket pass to back Bentley. Her jumper walked off. Blocked it on the offensive line. Can't get it to drop. Some good looks inside there from Indiana. But good energy, too.
Yes, and this is what we saw from Connecticut in the first quarter in game 1, was getting to the offensive slap. Here is Indiana.
Reed Jones missed it badly. Long rebound flagged down by Clark. Indiana wants to run. Mitchell turns it in on the dime for Caitlin Clark. Here's Bonner. Off to Thomas. Finds the game. Jones gets fouled by Zach Bentley. And free throws here for Reed Jones, who's taking a moment to get up.
See Caitlin Clark coming down the left side, just so much space, able to step in right to her shot. And what's the other thing that makes her so dangerous? Not only the passes, but the get-aheads. Tennessee Mitchell knows it, runs the floor beautifully.
Meanwhile, for Connecticut, Reed Jones, who Stephanie White emphasized to us they need more from in game 2. Banged up after the foul here from Zach Bentley. Grabbing at her right shoulder. Still seemingly in some pain as she rotates it. The foul on Zach Bentley, Rebecca. How about the adjustment in the starting lineup from Christy Sides with Zach Bentley instead of Smith?
She immediately pointed to the impact she's hoping it would have on the defensive end of the floor. And the length, not only guarding Alyssa Thomas, but we touched on it already. The length, having her hands on her. Well, it's one of the things to watch next time they're down the floor. But she keeps her hands up in the air, almost like she's doing a jumping jack, trying to discourage passes from coming inside.
There's Clark guarded. Garner. Clark spinning inside, roving, and nearly threw it away as Thomas knocked. Knocks it out of bounds. Now, the other thing that Christy Sides talked to us about was because Timmy's back Bentley runs so much, it makes it harder to offensive. Rebound against Indiana, something Connecticut did very well in the first quarter of game 1. There's Clark, 3 to shoot. Gonna have to hoist. The logo, air ball, and Clark wanted a foul. Felt like Bonner ran into her. Skip clock violation. That's Bonner won't get into it. Yeah. I mean, she absolutely impacts the bottom of Caitlin Clark. And is in her landing spot. No foul was called as Lexi Hall and Bonner now get into it. After Bonner and Yeah. But based on that replay, that looked like that definitely a bit of a foul. And 3 free throws for Clark. Here's Carrington zipping to the rim and blows the booty. Clark. Clark into the paint for Shovel. Gets it back. Back on the floor, a 10-4 lead for Indiana, facing elimination tonight in Connecticut.
ESPN's coverage of the 2024 WNBA playoffs is presented by Google Pixel, the only phone engineered by Google, and in part by Gatorade. Is it in you? And Nike. I'll say until it isn't. Remember before AI when you had to type to search? And when you couldn't ask your phone to do this? Like those restaurants on a map. Huh. What about taking a photo and reimagining? Yeah. Remember when all phones pretty much did the same stuff? Until they didn't. Get the all-new Google Pixel 9 Pro phones at googlestore.com.
You never want to lose your edge. And the Lexus RX completely understands that.
Asia, your car's small.
It's a little cramped, but it's fine.
Fine? When you became MVP once, was that fine? No, you did it twice.
They built you a statue.
But you're fine with this tiny car when you could just sell it to CarMax?
You're right. It's not fine.
Can't feel my legs.
Never settle on the lot or on the court. CarMax. The 3 for Me only at Chili's is now available with the all-new Big Smasher Burger. Or you can settle for a drive-thru. Plus get fries, a drink, and bottomless chips and salsa for just $10.99. See you later, tiny drive-thru burger. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
So what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt, and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Is booking it up the floor, finding her teammates, not letting this terrific Connecticut Sun half-court defense get set. Their pace is causing open looks, and they're getting confidence as this early game goes on, as Caitlin continues to work the refs at every moment.
That's a trademark for her as well now. Well, you're right, Ollie. And one of the things that both Christy Sides and Stephanie White were well aware of going into this series was Indiana's pace doesn't just help their flow offensively, but Connecticut is such a good mark in the quarter court. But she's getting the ball off the floor so quickly. It's just sort of scramble mode. You ever do it? About getting the defensive assignment in game one, and he said, well, I wasn't exactly excited. I am 37 years old. I'm trying to chase around a prolific rookie. But Potter did an outstanding job in game one as Carrington gets called for the offensive foul. As she and Clark got tied up.
Carrington's got good strength and size and can post up inside. That's in game one on Caitlin Clark as well.
Clark told us she made too many defensive mistakes in game one, had to do better in game two. Back then lane, finds Clark, back to stay here with Indiana. Olivia Nelson-Adona will check in for Connecticut. Bree Jones out for the Sun. Nelson-Adona's done a nice job on the bench, the former UConn star.
Certainly brings a rim protecting defensive presence.
Here's Mitchell. Trying to dump it down to Boston. And Thomas able to take it away. Thomas puts it. Bonner can't hit it. Connecticut now 1 for 12 from the floor in this first.
Good looks, though. They're getting good looks.
Bar. Against Mitchell as Mabry gets into it with a
Similar looks to the ones Caitlin Clark was getting in game one. Coming up the floor, in particular on the left side. Dewana Bonner and her length right there. Good contest. The difference between game one and game two, they're going in here tonight.
in the bench. Certainly enjoying what they're seeing from Clark in the early going. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists in this first, and a 9-point Indiana lead. Carrington blast to the bucket, can't finish it. Nelson-Adona can. As Indiana was unable to secure the defensive glass.
See the ability of Carrington to get in the paint, get the defense in rotation, and then
it has a pocket, but throws it away. Oh, in traffic gets down, or we'll go to the line to shoot two. And Carrington tapping her head as if to say, my mistake, I should have never passed that.
Carrington has gotten Caitlin Clark a couple times throughout the course of the season using her long arms and good positioning.
And one of the things Caitlin Clark talked to us about is Carrington felt like she was fouled on that pass. One of the things Clark talked to us about was Carrington is so good if you have a loose dribble at just stealing it. So I have to be aware at all moments when she's near me. Obviously, Carrington got the better of Clark that time. And if you look at the upcoming WNBA playoff schedule coming up next, it's Game 2, Minnesota hosting Phoenix. Lynx a 1-0 series lead after a riveting Game 1. Friday, if there is Game 3s, or if there are Game 3s, they happen at 7:30 Eastern in Indy, 9:30 Eastern between Minnesota and Phoenix. For more of these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app.
I will still say that it's games 3.
Here's Mabry. Thomas leads in, finishes. And the family of Houston already with one foul. Look at Clark just blowing up the floor. Was cut off by Bonner. Floats it into Boston. And Boston unable to finish. The final one go. It's down to Mitchell. Oh, gets an open look. Can't hit. And the rebound secured by Thomas. Here's Thomas in transition. Able to finish. Oh, it's a Thomas in transition. Always terrifying for opponents.
And that's how you can make a team pay for getting to the offensive glass. Multiple Indiana Fever players were there. Couldn't get back in transition.
Now Henry has the pass knocked away. Able to control. Looks like back there they might have traveled. Here's Hull looking for help. Clark a 3. That one's off. Nelson they do the rebound. That's some good looks on the interior of this game. Boston 0 for 4 to start after she was very efficient in game 1. Thomas, shot put, no. And that's going to go against Boston. Second, as once again, Indiana struggles to secure the defensive glass.
Chris's eyes looking at her bench, asking if this is one that she should challenge.
Now she grabs with not a lot, but grabs the left arm of Nelson Adota.
Leah Boston's argument is that she got hooked on the right side, but yes, Ryan, she was pulling on with her left.
So now Melissa Smith checks in. We'll see how Smith reacts to coming off the bench.
No surprises not to be her Gonzalez. She had played so well in game one.
Smith started 37 of 40 games in the regular season. Here's Burns. Off to Thomas, giving a world of space. Mabry's three. That's good. The 9-point Indiana lead cut to 1. Warner through the lane, can't reverse it, doesn't get the whistle. Thomas to Bonner. A bit on hold on hold.
It's not going to take Marina Mabry long to get hot, especially if you get caught on the screen on a little pitch. Hits the three, and what have we seen the last few possessions for Connecticut as well is just pushing in pace. As soon as they corral the defensive board, they're getting it and going. It's
Caitlin Clark, sorry to interrupt, Rebecca, getting into it with a fan who she was going back and forth with in the front row and pointing it out to the officials. And now the officials calling on security to take a look. As Clark and Bonner have a conversation now, too, and they're going at it.
What is happening here?
Early in this game.
Sure is.
Now security is going to have a conversation with that gentleman. And I believe Indiana is challenging the foul call against Lexi Hull. But they called that foul on Kelsey Mitchell, which would be Mitchell's second.
Indiana,
Timeout, Indiana.
because of all the other activity, and Indiana had plenty of time to take a look and see if it's something they should challenge.
See. I mean, it's certainly not a foul on Kelsey Mitchell.
I don't really think it's a foul at all.
I agree. UL? Are you going to say is the contact from Hull on the elbow of Bonner enough for it to be a personal?
Perhaps, but as you point out, certainly shouldn't be on Mitchell.
So let's say, and we don't know what Indiana's motivation was here. Maybe they're motivated because they don't think it was a foul, or maybe they're motivated because they know if it was one, it certainly isn't on Kelsey Mitchell. This would be the second straight game that Indiana uses a challenge just for an incorrectly assessed foul. They had to use one early in the first because of a foul Aaliyah Boston was hung with in the first quarter of game one, which was incorrect. And now having to use one here potentially just to get it switched to Lexi Hull, because obviously you'd rather a first on Hull than a second on Mitchell.
You don't want to use your challenge for that, but certainly worthwhile challenges because of the players that the fouls were called on. Boston in game one, and here Mitchell.
I'm going to say this is still going to be a foul, Rebecca. I think.
Do you think they got her with catching the foot?
No, it's margin. It could be deemed marginal, but Hull may hit Bonner's arm enough to affect the shot.
I'm saying, did Mitchell get her feet tied up with Bonner, and maybe that's where they called the foul?
attacking the front side of the slag. Indiana will rotate. Distance out. Well, a good explanation there from Isaac Barnett. So Indiana can use one more challenge. They maintain their timeout. Mitchell, instead of picking up a second, remains with one, and now Hall has one.
So it's worthwhile.
Yeah.
Versus Mitchell having two. Without question, a worthwhile challenge by the Indiana bench.
But I would imagine that there's also some frustration from Indiana that 2 games in a row you've had to use a challenge on a foul call that was incorrectly assessed.
The feeling that might be what Christie sides is stating to the official.
What was interesting, Rebecca, is Christy Sides talked to us about some of my players play better when they run hot. And some of them play better when they're in a state of zen. And you wonder, Caitlin's obviously
Not a
running hot tonight. We've seen multiple instances of frustration. But it feels to me, and you and I have covered her a lot now, that she normally seems to play better when there's some of that zest.
Yes. Some of that spunk.
Meanwhile, Connecticut has handled Indiana's start beautifully. A 9-0 run, Indiana without a field goal in more than 4 minutes. Here's Mitchell losing the handle. Bonner on it, and Connecticut has it. Here's Thomas. Thomas going to take it right at Clark. He finishes. Mabry able to control it, but throws it away. Look out, heavy back Benley as 3 defenders closed on her. She gives it up. Clark trying to get free of Mabry, not. Mabry did a nice job denying. Here's Hall. Hall looking for help. Not much doing here for Indiana. Clark can't get open. Shot clock down to 3. Back Benley just has to avoid. Outstanding defensive possession from Connecticut. And Mabry did a wonderful job denying Clark. And that's going to be a foul on Back Benley, her second. Connecticut in the bonus. Free throws here for Connecticut.
Just top sides by Marina Mabry on Caitlin Clark, not allowing her to get in touch, aware of where the ball is, but not playing too tall. The help side, she understands the assignment and does it well.
Clark, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists in this first. But Connecticut has weathered the storm after they were ice cold to begin. Felt like Indiana missed an opportunity to gain more separation. And remember, there is a dramatic difference in playoff experience between these teams with a significant advantage to Connecticut.
Really good pace to this game so far, but wow, dismal field goal percentage. Both teams shooting 5 of 19 right now.
26.3%. And 11-0 Connecticut runs. 6-second difference game in shot clock. Clark bounces in. Mitchell center of the lane. Backs it out. 6 to shoot. Mitchell trying to shake free. Long jumper won't go. Hall trying to get to the rebound. Could not. 5 seconds remaining. Bonner above. Missed it. And added to it for the first. So Indiana took an early 13-4 lead. But Connecticut storms back. Ends the quarter on an 11-0 run. And they lead by 3 after 1. Caitlin Clark is with Holly Rowe.
Caitlin, what changes for you mentally when your first shot goes in like that?
It's nice to see it go down for sure. I thought what we started really well was getting stops and pushing in transition. Obviously, we slowed down a little bit, but that's what we have to get back to. We get stagnant in the half court, so we had to get stops down there.
All right, I'm calling you spicy, Caitlin, tonight. I see you get into it with the fan, with the refs. How do you maintain your composure but still keep that edge?
Stay focused about what's on the floor. My 4 other teammates that are right here with me. I think that's most important, and I thought we got a good start, but can't let them back in after we get a little lead. Thank you.
Caitlin Clark, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists in the first. It's Connecticut who ends the quarter on an 11-0 run, looking to close out Indiana tonight. Beaver trying to force a Game 3 Friday. It's the Sun by 3 after 1.
If you want to stand for something greater, Yeah. Fall and get back up again. So that when you stand for classroom, it will stand forever. Gatorade. Is it in you?
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Feast your eyes on this.
That's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
I'm not gonna beg, but pretty please.
Just don't. Go ahead, press a button.
Oh, it's glowing.
Intelligence. We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
Here in the W, we pride ourselves on having a super welcoming, calm, low stakes environment.
This is playoff basketball.
This is a place where basketball matters. If you love real basketball, welcome to the W.
Body deodorant and dare to do the things Dio never lets you. Like a little weeknight spontaneity with no pre-shower. Because up to 72 hours ago, you have Lumi to stop odor-causing bacteria reactions. Go to LumiDeo.com and get your first starter pack for 30% off.
Do you need more space? You need a General Steel building system. Text JET to 59583 to start designing your customized space. That's JET to 59583 for same-day pricing on your personalized steel building system. Text JET to 59583 before prices go up.
This is the story of the one who believes being prepared is not just a way of life. It's how he helps everyone stay safe. He sweats the small stuff before it becomes big stuff. For the one, being an unsung hero in a building full of everyday heroes is just how he likes it. The industrial grade products you need delivered fast. Call Click Granger.com or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
ESPN's coverage of the 2024 WNBA playoffs presented by Google. Chatting with Christy Sides, Indiana Fever head coach, started this. Second quarter. Coach, Connecticut finished the quarter on 11-0 after a great start to the game for your team. What changed there midway through the first? Yeah, we're getting that transition so well. Getting some good stuff this week. We had some good stuff. We just Smith, but we got to do a better job of getting stops. We're trying to get stops. We're trying to balance, having your team attack the offense. The blast, but get back and stop this. Yeah, I still. All right, thanks. Coach, if that balance stays here, By the way, interesting too how Christie sides handles this with Aaliyah Boston picking up her second. You have Dunton.
Yeah, Boston's so good in game one.
Well, Indiana gained confidence from thinking, hey, we got good shots. We just didn't hit them in game. Right now, they're shooting 25%. Mabry follows it up, and Clark pushes her. That's going to be a second down. Making up.
All right, but how about Marina Mabry? Takes a shot and then goes halfway across the court to track down her own offensive floor. Terrific hustle. Watch Marina Mabry. Just goes and ooh. Should push it. Just
The left hand,
bump into her a bit. Great hustle by Marina Mabry.
And here's the thing, Rebecca, and you and I talked about it in moments of game one, too. Indiana, throughout the year, when they've struggled, they've looked frazzled. And in these Golden State Warriors, it feels like we're in one of those spaces right now. Indiana has looked frustrated. Connecticut has taken advantage. Mitchell is down. A 20-2 Connecticut run.
Nick Carrington is an outstanding cutter. When she does not have the ball in her hands there, she cut at just the right time. And then that was a spectacular pass. The assist to Burton a couple of possessions ago.
We asked Stephanie White, what did she think is the most improved part of Dejanay Carrington this season after she won that award today? And she said her consistency. Moving into the starting lineup, game in, game out, delivering. As Clark is short, Boston the board. Bart looking inside and finds Boston. Learning and travel.
Olivia Nelson-Minnesota has been outstanding, just swimming and helping. We saw on the previous possession too, over on the left side. Here, Olivia Nelson-Minnesota shadowing Caitlin Clark. Now here she comes over to help. We have Boston Fields most of his feet around her and ends up traveling.
And a significant difference. Stephanie White pushing the button of Nelson-Minnesota with Bree Jones was struggling. Wheeler sends Mabry to the floor. Mabry can't finish again. Indiana not getting a body on Connecticut players, but Nelson-Minnesota couldn't finish that one. There's Clark in the lane. Clark able to serve it in 10 points to lead the way for Indiana for Caitlin Clark. Beaver fighting for their playoff lives. Connecticut looking to end this series tonight. Winner plays the winner of Minnesota Phoenix. Burton at that time. Clark lobbing it here. Boston for two. What a dish for Caitlin Clark in Boston. Her first bucket of the night. Burton bodies in, kicks out. Thomas, no. Another on board. Otis.
Caitlin Clark is the best passer in the WNBA right now. Here's an example of it. Just barely over the outstretched fingers of the defender. Lofts it up. Boston finishes. Oh, beautiful stuff.
Got a joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Deep down in my heart. It's down in my heart. I've got a joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart today. I've got the grandest, greatest feeling. This feeling's really here to stay. And it's a joy that needs revealing. So I just want to say.
My husband and I are going through IVF treatments now. It could be our only chance to have a family. But Donald Trump's plan could ban IVF in some states. My husband is in the military. He volunteered to serve. We are patriots and we go where he is assigned. What if we end up in a state where IVF is no longer legal? What will we do then?
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
You can't handle the eat cops.
Tad, you're getting cooked out there.
Yes, coach.
I'm sorry to say, you're being traded to Montana.
But I'm your father.
That's why this is so hard.
What team is in Montana?
At US Bank, we know how good it feels to reach your milestones. But we also know what really goes into getting you there. That's why we introduced Co-Browse, which connects you to a real banker in real time to help you do anything from adding a new debit card, learning how to save smarter, even creating spending limits. With Co-Browse, we're always there for you on your road to here, because there's nothing as powerful as the power of us.
I'm over it.
I'm over needing a prescription to get birth control.
Introducing O-Pill, the first FDA-approved daily birth control pill that's over the counter.
Because we're over the hassle.
No prescription, no appointment, no hassle. O-Pill, birth control in your control.
This ship is heaven. It's your job to keep everybody alive. There. Come on. You got baby.
Let's check out tonight's WNBA Fix, brought to you by Google. Caitlin Clark arriving in style. Get ready for game 2, her second career playoff game, and he has been really good.
She's been efficient and had the ability to get to the rim. She's found her shot. She's made terrific passes, 10 points right now, 4 assists on the day, including that last, just the spectacular nature of that pass. Woo.
Like a bit you saw, search what you see using the Google app. Holly?
Well, guys, early in the season, those kind of passes wouldn't get caught by her teammates. Caitlin Clark is such a unique passer. Her teammates back in the Iowa days used to tell us we took a lot of basketballs to the face in our early time with Caitlin Clark. She's just so unique with how she delivers the ball, and it just reminds me of her favorite quarterback in the league, Patrick Mahomes. Different arm slots, different delivery, different creativity, but they have caught up, and Aaliyah Boston doesn't catch that ball 3 months ago. Today, it is a perfect pass, perfect touchdown, and that is the magic of Caitlin Clark.
Well, one of the things Caitlin talked to us about today is how she and Aaliyah just love talking the game together because they both have such high basketball IQs. They love breaking it down X's and O's. Clark has scored or assisted on all 8 field goals from Indiana in this half. Connecticut a 6-point lead. Shot clock expires. I don't know if Connecticut fully realized when the shot clock was at coming out of the timeout. Hey, Friday, if necessary, we have 2 possible game 3s on ESPN2. Connecticut Indy would be at 7:30, and Minnesota Phoenix at 9:30. Game 1 Minnesota Phoenix was a fantastic game.
Phoenix Collier was 38 points on only 19 field goal attempts.
All wide open. Sure. Back then, were able to save it. No. Mark now 4 for 10 from the floor, 2 of 6 from 3, has 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists.
Really, really nice contributions from the Connecticut bench. Olivia Nelson-Odoto, great energy. Burton has been very, very good on both ends.
They've outscored Indiana's bench 9-0. What a good. Say Thomas for 2. So Burton grabbing Clark. Lane.
Just a really nice pass, and then the drop down, and what Aaliyah Boston at the end pulls away. She has to. She has 2 fouls, so smart, great pass. And Alyssa Thomas is just always going to attack the rim with strength.
8-point Connecticut lead. Scoring first half thus far. Lawrence into the paint, off to Boston. Baseline jumper, 2 strong. Back then, ready to put back. No, Boston gets fouled on the tip. Yeah, Boston with 2-2.
Great energy. Fag Bentley doesn't make the putback, but keeps it alive, and that's what gets Aaliyah Boston the look.
Aaliyah Boston, we almost take her journey to this moment for
You know, she has been such a sacrifice for basketball story. She left the St. Thomas when she was just 12 years old because she felt like to really achieve her basketball dreams, she needed a bigger opportunity. She moved in with her aunt, who you see there. The South Carolina Gamecocks in Massachusetts at 12 years old, leaving mom and dad, going to a different place, learning a different style of life. And she has traveled so far and so wide to be able to be here in this moment. I love it that her parents are here from St. Thomas, and her aunt is still here. The sacrifice she did as a 12-year-old paying off in the WNBA playoffs.
An all-star in her first few seasons, comes up with a stop there, and her 10th rebound already. Wheeler and big opportunity in transition, but Wheeler and Fag Bentley not on the same page, and that is the 8th turnover from Indiana. Remember, they averaged 18 per game in the regular season against Connecticut. Sun won that regular season series, 3 games. Burton gets denied the foul of the Clark, and her second.
Great job by Burton to attack Caitlin Clark, draw her second foul on her. Just her minutes have been so good so far in this series.
WNBA app, stay locked in with the latest scores, real-time highlights, on-court analysis, and behind-the-scenes stories all in one. You have to give Jim Rosati and the front office of the Connecticut Sun a lot of credit for the way they reached the guard position. See, Ty Harris not here tonight, but able to withstand that because of Burton, because of Favorite. I mean, Ty Harris is here today. We saw her, but not available. Right. Some people are very literal out there in the Twitter. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell comes in. Beautiful take from Kelsey Mitchell. 5-point Connecticut lead. After a good start from Indiana, the Connecticut defense has been suffocating. Here's Bonner. Bonner drops it inside. Last hit Boston. 9 to shoot for Connecticut.
Kelsey Mitchell is so quick and has a little handle, gets inside, the footwork to spin around, goes to a strong left hand around the much longer defender to want to buy it.
Kelsey Mitchell, a free agent to be, is not committed to anything about her plans, but could be cored by Indiana. Another rebound for Boston for 11. Mark working behind Boston. Mark left alone, which is short. After the early attempts went down, Clark has been consistently short on the last few. Mabry left alone, unable to hit. Bree Jones back in there. And a tie with Wheeler as Erica Wheeler has moved some energy off the bench for Indiana.
Erica Wheeler, just as you said, bringing fight and toughness here. Wrapping up Bree Jones. Connecticut, this arena could be one of my favorites for jump balls because they play a different song for each jump ball throughout the course of a game. So here we go.
Jones sits it over to Burton. Height advantage there on Wheeler. Here is Thomas setting the screen for Bonner. Bonner's leaner. And a foul on Wheeler will send DeWanna Bonner to the line. This is what Connecticut does. They get to the line. Shot more free throws per game than any team in the WNBA this season. And of course, when they get to the line, Indiana can't get into the pace they want.
Yeah, it's particularly important in this matchup or against any team that wants to get it and go.
DeWanna Bonner, one of the all-time greats in this league's history. Matching Lindsay Whalen. The all-world legendary point guard of the Minnesota Lynx for most of the playoff games tonight. Playing in her 82nd. Teams could not be more stark. Indiana, 31 total games of playoff experience after game one, over 200 from Connecticut. The Indiana starting five became the first starting five since the 03 Lynx to all make their playoff debut together in game one. And 32nd playoff game together for DeWanna Bonner and Alyssa Thomas, fourth most among active duos. As we set things over to Holly Rowe.
Well, that playoff experience showed up big time with Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner. They combined for 34 points, 15 rebounds, and 15 assists in game one. Their numbers are a little bit down tonight, but they know what it takes to win in the playoffs. DB, a two-time WNBA champ. Alyssa Thomas has been to the finals. She had the nickname playoff ET for a reason, and they said it best. When I talked to DeWanna yesterday, I've been here. She knows what this takes.
Has not won a championship with this group, but they have been on the brink of one over and over and over again. They've been to the semis at least over the 5 seasons. They have been to the finals twice. They were minutes away from the championship in 2019. And Alyssa Thomas very consistently throughout all of the full seasons have elevated her game. And it's already obviously at a high level in the regular season. Bring it in. Lee Jones. Forces it up.
That was really good contested defense by Aaliyah Boston.
Mueller is giving Indiana some good minutes with Cole on the bench. Boston and Clark got tied up. We want Boston to go back to work on Jones. Here's Boston rummaging inside. Aaliyah Boston doing work in the second quarter.
I like that. Just direct entry, isolate, and let Boston go because Connecticut's not sending a double.
8 points, 11 rebounds to Boston. Battery again in the mid-range. Yours AI is the answer. Whenever Indiana hits a big bucket, he responds. Today, tough finish on the interior from Caitlin Clark, who's worked on that floater throughout the season.
The kids think you mean artificial intelligence with AI by that.
Jones was able to sit back Benlay and finish. So Indiana getting a little more of a rhythm offensively, but not getting stops to be able to cut into the deficit. Connecticut so crisp right now in the half court. Mitchell dances inside, can't reverse it in. Looked like she lost a handle of the ball before the attempt. Here's Thomas bouncing.
Indiana's got to be more intentional in their defensive transition.
Looked like Caitlin Clark let Burton go right by. Foul here on Mabry will send Caitlin Clark to the line.
I mean, Connecticut in transition is deadly. They are so good when they can push the pace. And you see there, right there, you're right. Caitlin Clark kind of hovering, get the ball to go to Tyler's hand. She makes the right decisions. Beautiful bounce pass through the two defenders.
Already 8 assists for AT.
That's foul on Mabry?
Yes. So that is her second. Oh, no. We didn't call the foul on Bree Jones instead. Her first would have been Mabry's third. And while Punt, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, make it 14 points to lead the way for Indiana. Connecticut leads by 7. 5-second difference, game and shot clock. Early. Mabry according to 3. Air fire can't finish. Chance for Indiana. Here's Clark up the floor. Finds Lindler. Had a broken right at the horn, but was unable to finish. And that'll do it to the first half. Connecticut a 4. Lead at the half. In game 2 of this best of 3 series, and somebody down for Indiana. It looks like it's Wheeler who is down and seemingly in a lot of pain after the missed layup. Her teammates circling around her. And Wheeler crashing into our camera after a couple of extra steps. Surrounded right now by both athletic training personnel, coaching staff, and players. Missed the layup at the horn and then kept going, almost tripped over herself a little bit. And Wheeler back on her feet. Good news for Indiana. Hey, coming up on the WB Halftime presented by State Farm, the sunrise in the second quarter with China, Korea, and Carolyn have you covered at the half. Indiana got off to a great start. Then the Sun responded. It's Connecticut. We're going to close things out tonight. They lead by 7. At the half over the field.
ESPN's coverage of the 2024 WNBA playoffs, presented by Google, is brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
You're with Average Platinum. Never miss the next big moment. That's the powerful backing of American Express.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you? Come see the Royal Caribbean.
In on ESPN1. Legend collide.
Now that lead promises drama and elements of chaos.
Cycling class. Yeah, I'm not about to Billion and Bobby make their jersey debut. A match that defines the big Sunday. I'm putting my on ESPN Plus.
Gemstone product I find very versatile, very affordable, very clean install. You get the same finished look of stone product. I think it's a fantastic product, and I don't see us going back to the traditional stone method anytime soon.
Gemstone is DIY friendly, goes from box to the wall in minutes, and can be used for any project inside or out. Like this fireplace, this entry, chimney, or this complete home transformation.
Gemstone is really easy to cut. We're looking at doing the exterior of the house.
Text SAVE to 59583 to see more Gemstone projects.
It's lightweight and it's durable. So easy to
2. Number 3 on the clock.
2 possessions ago, in fact, the 3 that Caitlin Clark took was a little bit of a force. This last one, a good shot, got a defender on her hip. You kind of feel like she's trying to take this thing over for her team right now on the offensive end. And here, slow down, right? You can, as soon as you get the defender on your hip, if you can slow down and keep them there, get into them, you have the advantage.
How about the minutes from Burton off the bench? 9 points in 13 minutes, a game where Connecticut is without Ty Harris, and Burton has been huge, and still has the Connecticut bench at plus 14.
Start the game with she 3 for 4 from the field.
And she's guarding Clark 94 feet. Clark? Look like Clark got smashed. No call. It's Thomas the other way. Maybe bring a 3. And follow the rebound. I mean, we'll have to see a replay, but it looked like it wasn't Burton. Clark got smashed on the arm. The defender who was waiting for her. Here's Mitchell looking at her side.
We're going to pick up Caitlin Clark. The second she touches the basketball, that's what Burton did there. Oh, but Caitlin doing his tiny shots. An obvious foul.
And not. Caitlin told us before game 1, though, you have to expect them to call nothing. It's the playoffs. Thomas from the elbow. Burton nearly comes over the seal. Indiana has numbers. Arthur Johnson and go down and right to 5 out. 12 turnovers. Atlantic game going on Caitlin Clark. As Indiana, who just had a brief lead, now gathers trying to find their poise. Yeah. Blake Burke just hit it. Nelson Adonia, good position. The pass out of bounds. Connecticut turns it over for just a 6th time tonight.
If Burton had made one more pass to Alyssa Thomas, Thomas would have then had the angle to get it into Nelson Adonia.
2:03 to go in the third. Connecticut leading game 2 by 7.
I'm telling you, Coach Staley, I could really get used to this retirement thing.
Coach K, there's a goat here.
The story of my life.
No, Coach, there is a goat here.
What's this?
$1,000 hospital bill? But I have good health insurance. Yeah. Did you say yeah?
He's talking about the expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Well, with Aflac, you can get money to help close that gap.
Aflac, huh?
Yeah.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
When you're a sports fan, nothing beats being. You're with Emphasis Platinum. You never miss the next big moment. That's the powerful backing of American Express.
Well, the Connecticut Sun have had the answer today when Indiana has made their runs. Beaver got off to a 13-4 start. Connecticut eventually responded with a 20-2 run. Here in the third, Indiana dug out of a 10-point hole, took a brief lead, and Connecticut has responded with a 10-2 run. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, it's the second rookie ever with 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists in a playoff game. Pretty good company. Her favorite player growing up, Maya Moore, the other. Trying to will her team to a game 3. Her and Aaliyah Boston have been terrific. Boston 10 points, 16 rebounds. Game 3 would be Friday night back in Indiana. A decisive one. Great pass. Mitchell to Boston for 2.
Really nice set. Clear out the right side of the floor. Post up Aaliyah Boston. Let her go one-on-one. She's had success doing that in this game.
By the way, Veronica Burton, a team high plus 15 off the bench from Connecticut. As Burton gets inside a car, the ball comes over the rejection, but it will stay here with Connecticut.
Burton has done so much on both ends of the floor. Then here, the guard gets in, gets the board. Nice save and block by Caitlin Clark.
Thomas, 14 points. She's 7 of 13 from the floor.
This overpowered that like a play.
Clark right around Burton and Caitlin Clark. Got to the cup and finish. On the other end, Burton looking to cash in. To the save after the rejection. What a play by Boston. That Benway in no man's land. Takes it out.
Caitlin Clark looks winded.
That's not set this game. Misses.
Well, she's tired.
Playoff minutes against Connecticut in particular, even more good. For as often as we saw Caitlin go 40 or 22 this year. Thomas going to look again, 3 to shoot, fading away. Oh, there's Thomas. Oh, PT is here. Lead is back to 9. Got clock turned on. Clark off the catch. To the corner, hold 3. There we go. And that'll do it for the third. Melissa Thomas with 10 in the frame. 16 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds on the day. And Melissa Thomas trying to get her team back to where they are so often, the semifinals. Huge third from Thomas, and AT is with HR.
Indiana had taken the lead, and you guys come back from an impressive run. What was the key to that?
We're getting out with a lack of energy. We're not getting back in transition. Most of the points that come from transition and free throws.
You've been able to get double-digit efforts for the second straight game. How do you see your teammates at such a high level, AT?
I mean, that's what they're giving me. If they want to sag off, then I'm going to pick them apart in any different way. I got a lot of great shooters on my team, and they're knocking down shots.
Thank you.
Fourth straight playoff game that Thomas has had at least 10 assists. 16 points, 5 rebounds as well. Fourth quarter of game 2 coming up with Indiana on the brink of elimination. The Sun trying to advance to the semis.
Well, the gang's all here. Let's hit the road.
It's your last chance to get the Disney Plus blockbuster offer. $1.99 a month for 3 months of Disney Plus.
That's a great idea.
Get the hottest shows. Great TV again. Biggest movies. And most epic events.
What happens next?
It's your last chance to get 3 months of Disney Plus for $1.99 a month.
Join me.
With the Disney Plus blockbuster offer.
You can't handle the heat, Pops.
Dad, you're getting cooked out there.
Yes, coach.
I'm sorry to say. You're being traded to Montana.
But I'm your father.
That's why this is so hard.
What team is in Montana?
Show alternate route. Technology that's ready for the road ahead. From Lexus NX.
Here in the W, we pride ourselves on having a super welcoming, calm, low-stakes environment.
This is playoff basketball.
This is a place where basketball matters. If you love real basketball, welcome to the W.
Do you need more space? You need a General Steel building system. Text CHET to 59583 to start designing your customized space. That's CHET to 59583 for same-day pricing on your personalized steel building system. Text CHET to 59583 before prices go up.
With Lumi's Whole Body Deodorant, you can dare to do the things Game never lets you. Like a little weeknight spontaneity with no pre-shower. Because if just 72 hours ago, you used Lumi to stop odor-causing bacteria reactions. Go to LumiDeo.com and get your first starter pack for 30% off.
This is a story about the one who keeps it all moving. He is measured, precise, he thinks ahead, stops the right parts, and knows just where to find them. Because for the one, this facility is about more than business. The industrial grade products you need to live it fast. Call Granger.com or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's take a look at what fans have been searching for. Brought to you by Google. Searches for WNBA playoff structure. A breakout search in the U.S. First round, it's a 3-game series. First 2 games of the higher seed. A game 3 will be the lower seed. Diana Taurasi in Minnesota coming up next. Her team facing elimination against the Lynx. That's next here on ESPN. Could it be the final game of the career of the all-time great?
It could be. I enjoy watching every minute of that game. And see Alyssa Thomas go to work inside. Brian, you know there's a lot of your fans in the WNBA this year when they call it the playoff structure instead of the playoff format. They're learning the lingo as well.
It's ball. Back to Clark. Indiana just 5 for 20 from 3. Struggling again in this game. I think the last hit Connecticut. No, they're going to say last hit Indiana. And the official's going to discuss it. Going to hit the shoulder of Harrington. And it's going to be Indiana basketball.
You can tell by the players, and none of the Indiana Fever players went to go save the ball because they saw it go.
By the way, in game 1, Indiana was just 6 for 28 from 3. This team led the W 3-point percentage post-Olympic break. Cousins flags it down. Keeps it up. Got it on the rim from Harrington. Morales it for Connecticut. Here's Mabry gets fouled. And Marina Mabry will shoot 2.
The balanced scoring for Connecticut has been such a positive sign today.
When you look at the rosters, the composition of the teams, you kind of knew Indiana's going to win. They need some Connecticut players to go cold. And Connecticut's gotten enough from enough places. Taking a look at the upcoming WNBA playoff schedule. Coming up next on ESPN Phoenix, Minnesota game 2. Friday, if there are game 3s, they'll be on ESPN 2. Connecticut, Indiana, Minnesota, Phoenix. For more of these games, please go to WNBA.com and look for the WNBA app. We know New York will play Vegas, game 1 of their semifinal series on Sunday from Barclays Center. A rematch of last year's finals. Largest lead of the game for Connecticut. It is 11. Back Benley dives inside and lays it in. Thomas, what a dish. Every quarter finish, fired a whistle, did not get it. Here comes Clark. Clark was shot at conference lead, just 2 for 9 in the game. Mitchell, does Indiana have a run left in them? 5 straight from the Fever. They've been held to just 11 assists tonight. Mabry, no answer that time from AI. Clark underneath Mitchell. He's in the hand selected. Here's Mabry looking to flag it down. What a stop by Nelson Adota. Tommy.
To finish the foul, the scream, and the answer as Indiana was going on their run. And Ryan, now we see Tawana Bonner coming back in the game. It says something that Connecticut has been so good today with Bonner playing relatively limited minutes. Only 6 points on the bench. She is so vital to their game 1 win.
Thomas has been fantastic. The minutes off the bench. from Berlin and Nelson and Dota. Avery, 11 points. Lead back to 9 for Connecticut. Connecticut's class is 3. Nice delivery from Frank Finley. Alyssa Thomas never sits in these playoffs. We've known that for years. Bonner off the catch, the attack, and Bonner. Mitchell down to back Bentley. Bentley trying to work into Thomas to Alabama. 5 to shoot. Back Bentley needs some help. Not getting in. So talk about the fire. Lost possession for Indiana.
Outstanding defense by the Connecticut Sun, but you cannot leave back Bentley on an island. Someone needs to cut or move or do something. Alyssa Thomas, you don't want anyone on an island with Alyssa Thomas, but she's going to win that battle.
David Clark and Kelsey Mitchell just standing there watching. Bonner 3. Opportunity for Indiana. Down 9 to the ball. Dustis, open 3. Can't hit. Long rebound out to Mitchell. David Clark is gassed. As Duncan floats in.
I think both Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell look a little bit tired. And going forward for this team, they need to get more from their bench so their backcourt can get a flow of points in big games.
Neither of them has sat yet today. Dive inside, Clark off the field. Again ahead to Mitchell, turns on the burners and serves it in. And just like that, Indiana cuts it to 5. Timeout, Connecticut. Mitchell up to 15 points. Clark with 20.7 assists. Indiana tries to light it in the fourth.
ESPN coverage of the 2024 WNBA playoffs is presented by Google Pixel, the only phone engineered by Google, and in part by Gatorade. Is it in you? And Nike.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Feast your eyes on this.
That's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
Not gonna beg, but pretty please.
Take note. Go ahead. Press the button.
Oh, it's glowing.
We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone Pro. You can feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
I chose the IBW to have a better future. The future we all want. Better pay, better benefits, but what I found was so much more. It feels good to be a part of such an amazing industry. It's literally a direct ticket to middle class. Now I'm building the life I always wanted for me and my family. At IBW, I'm powering a brighter future.
You know the most exciting thing about life? It's how you can change it. And how you can reinvent yourself. Take on new challenges. So go ahead, reimagine yourself. We did. Introducing the all-new, reimagined Nissan Kicks.
When you think about it,
Are you coming home?
I'll be there when you wake up. The trips the world takes are trips home. It's the feeling we all eventually long to get back to. No matter what took us away to begin with. We know. Because at Delta we're travelers, just like you. Which is why we try to make you feel at home long before you even get there.
Beware the wild cards. All it takes is one hot streak to make a run for the title. Welcome to October.
Wild Card Series for ESPN.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, broadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
Thanks for coming back to ESPN's coverage of the 2024 WNBA playoffs presented by Google. Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell have not sat. They've combined for 35 points, 10 assists for Indiana, and Alyssa Thomas, her fourth straight playoff game with at least 10 assists. She's on the brink of her third career 20-point, 10-assist playoff game, which would be the most in league history. Indiana has cut the 11-point deficit in the fourth down to 5. Looking for a stop here. Thomas dishes out. Mabry floats in, and a foul cut with Nelson and Dota will go to the line to shoot 2. Let's check in with Holly Ruff.
This is by far the best we have seen Olivia Nelson-Ododa play in a playoff setting like this. She has been huge off the bench. The pace has been so fast that Bree Jones has really had to struggle to keep up coming off that Achilles injury. So insert Olivia Nelson-Ododa, and she's been at her best. She told me that she got more confidence, more physicality playing in China this season. She's added about 10 pounds to her frame, and that is all showing up now. The big playoff moment for Connecticut Sun.
If you don't watch this game and just pick up the box score and see Nelson-Ododa 6 points, 4 rebounds, you're like, okay. Does not at all tell the story of the impact that she's had on this game. Defensively, she's been on the help side. She's just taken up space. She's done the right thing. She's run the floor, as Holly referenced. Just really, really good, solid minutes for Olivia.
And look, we know single game plus minuses can be wonky at times, and perhaps can fool you, but in this game, it feels accurate when you see, and you see Lexi Hall having a little blood issue with her nose. Olivia Nelson-Ododa is a plus 18 off the bench in her 16 right back, and it's still that way.
Yes, but that's the best player on the floor tonight.
Barr separated. Mid-range bucket for Caitlin Clark, who has 22. 7 assists, 5 rebounds as well for Clark, who has been very good tonight. Mabry leaning, no, long rebound, Clark, an opportunity for Indiana. And Clark, we're going to take Mabry. Clark into a bag, into the paint, to the corner, no, instead it's home. Back in like a 3. Found money. Back in like 4-3 of the season. She fourth of her career. And it makes her a possession game. Indiana facing elimination tonight. Thomas Johnson dropped off. Indiana can tie or take the lead. Warren. Double. Finds Boston. Donner goes down hard over Fat Benway. And we will see if they call the foul in the act of shooting or not. It's the first team foul against Connecticut. And Bonner is up to a feet.
Great head fake by Fat Benway. First tricky pass by Boston. Head fake. You got to go up right there. You got to go up right there so that you definitely find your way to the free throw line. It's black and one of Bonner's okay. Wow, that's a hard fall.
One of the things our colleague Andrea Clark is talking about today on Sports Center was the durability of her frame, her slight, her age, always so durable. It's Clark. Looking behind Boston. Clark for the lead. Let's go all the way back. A foul here on Hall. 14 foul against Indiana.
Paper first, just a different kind of juice to her here. Creates the separation, going left. Big shot. Big shot.
Avery looking to respond. Indiana trailed by 11 in the fourth. Almost alive. I know it's Huntersville, but it feels more like Bridgeport. It's popping in here. Side at 73. Bonner. No. Boston has it stripped, but out of bounds. Last touch by Burton. You're not going anywhere. There's 2:54 to go. It's tied at 73 in an elimination game.
People always say,
It is what it is.
Until it isn't. Remember before AI when you had to type to search? And we couldn't ask anyone to do this?
Put these restaurants on the map.
Oh, this game can go either way. I mean, it looks like Indiana wants it more. Connecticut just doesn't seem to have the energy. Thank God for Mayberry. But man, I'm telling you, this is a game. This is a game. We may have a game 3. We may have a game 3. You got to give Caitlin Clark her props. She came out here, the rookie got 25 points just doing it.
Let's get this fantasy draft started. You're on the clock, Sid. I'm gonna go with Olivia Martinez, tech CEO, raised 3 rounds of funding, launched 2 products, and had a 3rd child. Yeah, I'd definitely take over Kobe Thompson. Are you trying to reverse psychology me right now? Like, I don't know Chloe up revenue by 11%, blocked 15 cyber breaches, and finished 10 digital transformations. Triple double.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
The 3 for me only at Chili's still serves up bottomless chips and salsa in the drink, but now it's available with the all-new Big Smasher Burger with twice the beef of a Big Mac. Maybe they should change that name. This Chili's 3 for me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
The ESPN app. This is far from all sports. For the fans and the sinners. For hot takes and hot stakes. For MLB, SVP, all on your TV. The ESPN app. One app, one tap. Get it.
It has been non-stop for Caitlin Clark over the last 12 months, who has made more history here today. The first rookie in playoff history with 25-5-5. It started in October for her, playing in front of 55,000 at Kinnick Stadium. Then sets the all-time Division I record for points. Revenge against LSU and back to the Final Four for Iowa. A record 18 first-quarter points before falling to undefeated South Carolina. Record ratings as she's the number 1 overall pick. Then continuing to captivate the country as a pro. One of the most dynamic rookie seasons we have ever seen. And there has not been an intermission to us witnessing her excellence over the last calendar year. It continues again this September.
It certainly does. And she had some big moments here in this game. Tied up with 103 to go. There might be some more big ones to come.
Will it be her final game until April? Or will she play Friday night in a do-or-die game 30? Boston, right?
Same
Indiana used earlier in this game, out of a timeout, cleared out the right side, get into Leah Boston. 14 points, 18 rebounds for Boston. Bonner dives in. The veteran Bonner now in double figures. 75 all. 15 to go in game 2 of this best of 3 first round series. Clark over the back, situation. Boston open. Cheers back and forth here in Connecticut. Bonner to the stop. Oh, yeah. Connecticut by 1. High level entertainment. Clark stops. 10 to shoot. Back midline needs help. Clark with 6 to shoot. Clark fast and full. Maybe up to the rim. And 2 on the shot clock for Indiana. Great job by Marina Mabry defensively right there. Wasn't going to get Clark an inch of space to get her shot off. And Indiana will take a timeout. Try and run a set here with 1:28 to go. And Connecticut in front by 1.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like our fresh, never frozen dough made from 6 simple ingredients. And our dough can save you dough. Get 2 or more Papa Parents favorites for just $6.99 each. Order now on the app from Papa John's.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's is now available with the all-new Big Smasher Burger. Or you can settle for a drive-thru. Plus, get fries, a drink, and bottomless chips and salsa for just $10.99. See you later, tiny drive-thru burger. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Asia, your car's small.
It's a little cramped, but it's funny.
Fine. When you became MVP once, was that fine? No, you did it twice.
They built you a statue.
But you're fine with this tiny car when you could just set up to CarMax?
You're right. It's not fine.
Can't feel my legs.
Never settle on the lot or on the court. CarMax.
A minute 28, a 1-point lead for the Connecticut Suns. I think this is going back to Indiana.
5 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. Aaliyah Boston, 16 and 18. Huge shots from Tawana Bonner over the last couple of possessions. Connecticut by 1 and only 2 on the shot clock here for Indiana.
Yes, Tawana Bonner back to back.
Not a lot of time. One pass before you get a shot.
I think whoever catches the inbound is going up. Paul locks it in. There you go, partner. But Boston unable to grab it. Indiana turns it up.
Hall pass too high, turnover. Oh man, that could be a costly turnover. They need to get a stop.
Just touch on her passes.
1:28 to go in the 4th. Game 2 of this best of 3 series. Connecticut leads 1-0. 78-77. Sun in front.
Got the switch they wanted.
Bonner. Clark on her. Bonner.
Another 3.
Boston guides the rebound over the back midlane. Clark down the floor. Nichols. For the win.
No, she got the back. No good. Oh, turnover.
Turnover. Connecticut with it. Leading by 1. Mabry.
The 3. Buckets.
Man, when I tell you they got a good pickup in Mabry. Oh my God. Is this it? Is this it? It's only a 2-possession game, 45 seconds left.
Miscommunication defensively by the Indiana Fever. You have an experienced Connecticut Sun team and an experienced player in Marina Mabry stepping up and draining the huge 3.
Mabry with 17 after 27 in game one. And Indiana, who had a 2-point lead moments ago, now trails following threes by Bonner and Mabry. Marina Mabry was talking to us earlier today, said, I had a different level of fiery competitiveness as a kid. I would drop 45 in a rec game. My mom loves to tell a story. There was a player who hadn't scored a point all season. They tried to set up a bucket for her in a rec league game. I was 8 years old. I chased her down, blocked her shot. And the rec league director said, what are you doing? She said, she's not scoring on me. Her tenacity fits right in with the Sun. Meanwhile, it's still time for Indiana to respond. Clark with 25. Boston with 16 and 19. And Indiana
19 rebounds.
Ball trying to get it in. Finds Mitchell.
Mitchell for 3. Oh, too hard.
Nelson Adota has stepped up.
And she will be fouled by Thad Penley. Indiana over the limit. Free throws for Carrington. Mitchell now 3 of 9 from deep. Indiana just 8 for 29. Carrington shot at a career high 79%.
Man, I wanted a game 3.
Carrington, it's the first.
Carrington money.
Indiana one timeout remaining plus their reset. As Carrington hits home. Connecticut by 6. Now
Indiana got 3-point shooters. They just got to make the 3 and get the stop.
Hands the basketball. You can substitute, but you cannot huddle. You get it in the final 2 minutes of regulation and overtime. Mitchell inbound. Indiana needs some magic. Mitchell shoots out. Trying to come up with a steal. She cannot. As Bonner and Clark have gone at it all day.
Bonner was not trying to be nice. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Make plays, and they make plays down the stretch, and that's what Connecticut has done these last few possessions on both ends of the floor.
Bonner, a huge fourth after a quiet first 3 quarters. Meanwhile, we talked to Caitlin Clark earlier today. She said she almost definitely will not play basketball this offseason. So it is likely we will not see her play again until April.
She'll play a lot of basketball, just
not overseas, not 3-on-3. At least that's her current plan.
Yes.
So her parents, Brenton Hand, as Bonner sinks goal. Giving it up. Jack lays it in on another beautiful delivery from Clark. 23.9 seconds to go. That's a dangerous pass. Connecticut breathes a little life back into Indiana.
Why would she throw that pass? I mean, you get time. Oh, you get time.
It's a quick screen for Caitlin Clark. See if she can get a 3.
Clark trying to get it up across her body. Back iron, no, out of bounds to Connecticut. And that should just about do it.
Oh, what a game.
Indiana back in the playoffs.
What a game.
16. But Connecticut about to head to its 6th straight semifinal.
We talked all series about the difference in playoff experience for both of these groups. You just felt it the last minute or so of this game, instead of Connecticut getting stops and finishing with defensive boards and then getting looks that they want on the offensive end, or Marina were just hitting a huge shot. Experience plays a role in this.
What a wild fourth quarter, Indiana had trailed by 11 and then took the lead. Caitlin Clark hit a three. Connecticut responded at Boston away. Bonner able to hit that layup. Boston responds, put Indiana back in front. And this Bonner three puts Connecticut up one. Then Mabry left alone makes it a 4-point game. And the Sun have not looked back. And you just can't say enough about the addition of Mabry. What a perfect fit she is for this veteran Sun team. A reminder coming up next, Phoenix, Minnesota, which could be Diana Taurasi's last ever game. 12.6 to go. Carrington Way in the backcourt is down with 10.5 seconds remaining.
Connecticut has been so good from the free throw line today, 20-21.
Connecticut team that was 11 in free throw percentage out of 12 teams this season. Not tonight. Indiana on the brink of elimination. Mark up the floor. Mitchell lays it in, plus the foul. Cosmetic at this point. Yeah, Mitchell will try and complete the 3-point play with 0.9 to go.
Maria Mabry is treating Kelsey Mitchell like that 8-year-old kid at the rec center. It doesn't matter, the game's over. I'm not giving up.
Well, look, I'm pretty sure there are some people that really didn't want her to give up.
It's as simple as that. I think experience went out, but they showed incredible fight. They couldn't come up with the stops, or they're going to be a lot of problems for people in the W, for a lot of teams in the W. But let's look at it. Let's start with Indiana, see what they did. Like I said, Caitlin Clark finished her night with another record, being the first rookie to put up 25 points in their first or second playoff game. She ended the night with 25.6 assists, 25.6 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 3 of 12. Temi Fan-Bagley, she also was a great contributor, especially late in the game. She had 9 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Lexi Hall, always the hustle, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Dantas had 4 points and Wheeler had 2 points. For Connecticut, bringing it home for them was Devonner Bonner, but we're going to get to that. We had Alyssa Thomas, another double-double for Alyssa Thomas. She had Mayberry, timely 3. She called game with that 3-pointer. 17 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks. When you know what you need and you can go out there and get it, man, must feel great for Connecticut, because that's exactly what they needed. Dewana Bonner, like I said, she just took the game over in the last 1.5 minutes. 15 points, 8 rebounds, 8 points. Nelson Odata had 8 points, 6 rebounds. And with that, we're going to say nope. With that, we're going to end this live and head over to the Minnesota Lynx Suns game. So follow us over there. Thank you.